Right now it's 5 members. Probably it will go up. Good afternoon to the students. Students, kindly rename your Zoom display name. We will start a session in another 2 minutes. We have a professor with us. We have our past champions. So requesting the participants to remind your friends to join the session quickly.
I've got a cabin, separate cabin. AC in a fan only, but it's very cool because it's Bangalore.
Okay, good.
I was in a noisy environment earlier, so I asked them, not coming for the tour, I'll sit somewhere. You're looking tired. You've traveled a lot, Professor.
No, a lot of things are going on. So,
Hey, don't deprive your sleep pattern.
no,
Very
I
puffed up.
don't do
You're
that.
looking puffed up.
Yeah, I know that. And a little bit cold and all that is also there. I
Oh,
think a lot of people are getting, but it's
oh
okay.
yeah.
Nothing.
And IIT is 2 degrees less than the rest of the world in Madras, right? Chennai. So
That is
with
there.
all the forest and fauna, flora
Sure.
and fauna.
Yes.
So we received about 1,266 plus registrations. So what we have done is we not only have the Zoom link but also a YouTube link. So in case they are going to view it from a classroom setup or a projected setup, they can always go for the YouTube. We'll get the correct number of attendance over a period after about a week or so.
Okay.
What we are insisting is send us the numbers also, even if it is a group view.
Yes.
How many people actually benefited out of this particular thing.
Correct.
And we also have we'll have inputs on how to improve and all that. And probably we'll also share your document at a later point of time, the form that you sent, if
Sure.
you have the bandwidth. I just have to ensure that you have bandwidth for those things, and I will. share. And this particular meeting covers all our PALS colleges, which is about, and also the probables that we are meeting. So I'm sharing this link with everybody so that you will have maximum reach. And it also covers Karnataka, Kerala, AP, Telangana, and because virtual is a easy way to reach so many people. So, and we'll also be sharing the recording with our people so that they can choose to play it within a week's time, so that we will have the desired outcomes out of this particular talk. So that is the thing.
Okay. So let me know, ma'am, when once everything ready, then I'll share my screen.
Sure.
You want to check if you are able to share your screen?
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, check.
I could see
It's
the
visible?
screen, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Lavana, I think it's all yours. 100 has reached.
Probably let me take 1 minute, Anuman. All right. Good afternoon and warm welcome to all the participants joining us for today's GATE JAM exam awareness session. This is Lavna from the PALS Program Management Office, and I will be the host for this session. And before we formally begin, I would like to mention a very few basic code of conduct for this session, which most of you are already aware. For easy identification, kindly rename your Zoom display name as college short name hyphen your name. Participants will stay muted and allowed to unmute only during the Q&A segment. Chat box usage will be restricted for a short period, but I will re-enable it for interactions. We aim to make this session as interactive as possible. Kindly use this platform to clarify all your queries with our professor. Your active participation is highly encouraged to make this session engaging and productive. The attendance link will be shared in the chat box. Please ensure you mark your attendance. To commence the program formally, now I invite Ms. Anuradha, PALS champion, to deliver the opening remarks and introduce our esteemed speaker for the day. Over to you, Anuma.
Thank you, Lavana. It's my pleasure to introduce Professor Shamit Bakshi, who is the chairperson of GATE JAM 2026 from IIT Madras. We wanted to cover the entire bandwidth of our entire length and breadth of our PALS colleges, and that's why we thought of a virtual program first. And initially, there was also a lead generation workshop that happened from Gate Office on the 23rd, where 18 of our colleges had registered and only 9 actually attended the physical session. And I think 4 of them have benefited by inviting the Gate Office to come and conduct something in their own campuses. So I would request others also take a look at the form and then fill in if you want your own awareness session to be conducted by faculty members from IIT. That's one thing. And what this entails is this particular, by attending this session, what will you get? You will know what is GATE, what is JAM, what are these exams all about, how are they conducted, and some important dates you have to adhere to, and how to prepare for these. I would encourage the faculty members to give a deep involved listening to the whole thing so that you can take it back to your students. Also, the students, I would encourage you to talk about this to your friends. There are several free resources available for preparation, and I would give the floor to Professor Shamit Bakshi so that he will talk about the entire thing. He has been in the Gate Office as vice. He has held different positions in Gate Office, and he's basically a professor from mechanical, involved in more of fluid related stuff. I saw droplet and atomization of droplets, and he can get to that last level of atomization is what I understand. And he's a very focus person with respect to the gate. He has accompanied PALS professionals, PALS execute champions to several physical meetings as well in and around Tamil Nadu. And this year he has taken over as a chairperson of Gate and Jam 2026 of IIT Madras. And I'm extremely happy to welcome Professor to give his talk on this. I hope all of you will benefit from this. Go back and register for GATE immediately online. Have some time and then identify the papers you are going to take and start preparing. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. A lot of thanks to the PALS team and also particularly to Anuradha, madam. She had been helping us to reach out to the students from Tamil Nadu and also from the neighboring states. So I am extremely happy to be here, and the idea of this is to give more awareness to student about GATE and JAM exam. I think there are a lot of students who are really able to qualify this exam, but because of the lack of awareness about this exam, they do not participate. So main idea here is to make students aware about this program, about this GATE exam and JAM exam, and help to the extent possible to reach out to more and more number of students writing this exam. So I'll just share my screen. Just let me know if I think screen share is paused.
It is shared, but we want the full screen video, full screen mode. You can go to the full screen mode.
Is my screen visible now?
Yes.
Screen is visible, but we want it in a view mode, like full screen. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, correct.
Okay. So thanks once again to the PALS team. And yeah, right now I am the chairperson in the GATE JAM office of IIT Madras. This year, GATE exam is being organized by IIT Guwahati. And I'm going to talk about in general about the GATE exam and what are the benefits of writing GATE exam and what are the features of this exam. So going to the first slide. So GATE stands for Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. Although when I show you the paper which are there, you will see that there are papers this is not only restricted to the field of engineering, but it encompasses also sciences as well as humanities. So this has become so big that now it has branched out to different subjects like economics, English literature. There is a paper in GATE. So going ahead, so I'll just follow this sequence in my presentation. So what is GATE? What is the purpose of GATE? Administering body? Who can apply? What are the different GATE test papers? Like I was telling, humanities is also a paper in GATE. And question paper pattern. What are the opportunities which you get after writing this exam? And there are some recruitment possibilities even by writing GATE exam. I'm going to talk about that also. And I will also touch upon the opportunities or placement opportunities which you can get if you qualify GATE with a high score and get to IITs, particularly say IIT Madras. What are the placement opportunities after you complete your M.Tech or your particular degree to which you get admitted to after writing GATE exam. I'll touch upon some of the free resources through Nptel which will help you to prepare yourself for the GATE exam and some important dates. So going to the first slide, this is basically about what is GATE. It's, as I told, it stands for Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. It started all the way back in 1983, and since then it has never been even through the COVID period, every year it was being held, so it has never been stopped till the start from the starting point. And it's a very prestigious national level exam to assess the candidates for their comprehensive understanding, particularly in the subjects in engineering. It encompasses almost every subject in engineering and technology, and not only that, in science, architecture, arts, humanities, other things are also included here. And GATE score is not only valid for the year when you write it, it is valid for the next 2 subsequent years. So GATE score is actually valid for overall for 3 years. So this is one uniqueness of this GATE exam, that if you write the exam in 2026, it will be valid for 2027 and 2028 also. So this is one uniqueness of this particular exam. The next thing is, what is the purpose of GATE? Why do you write GATE exam? GATE score is used for admission to all the postgraduate, most of the postgraduate programs. There are some sponsored program, barring all those things. In most of the regular postgraduate program, which are called ME or M.Tech, in IITs, different. There are 23 IITs now in IISc Bangalore, and in different NITs and different other CFTIs other than NITs and IITs. So in all this top level institution, GATE score is the means by which you can get admitted to a postgraduate program for doing your ME, M.Tech. And in fact, there are direct PhD opportunities also. If you have a good GATE score and followed by a good interview, you can also register for a PhD program. Not only this, the GATE score is also used for recruitment in public sector undertakings. So I'm going to show you some of the public sector undertakings which are using our GATE score. So there are research opportunities also from the GATE score, as I told, through the PhD programs, admission to the PhD programs. And not only that, now GATE has been, like I said, it started in 1983. So it has now been recognized internationally also, and this is being used by universities abroad, particularly in Germany and in Singapore. So I am going to show some of the examples of that. So first of all, who conducts this exam? This is conducted by all the 23 IITs across the country and IISc Bangalore. So totally 24 institutes together, as you can see here, starting from Jammu to Madras, everywhere you will see an IIT. Almost except one or two states, there are there is at least one IIT in every state, most of the states now, and all of them participate in conducting this exam. And candidates who can apply this exam, for this exam, the candidates who are currently studying in the third or higher years of any undergraduate degree program, who have completed any government approved degree program in engineering, technology, architecture, science, arts, humanities, everything. Okay, so it kind of encompasses different types of programs, and particularly because it allows third year student also. For example, in engineering colleges, third year students almost have done most of the courses which in most of the engineering colleges, they would have done most of the courses which are required to write the GATE exam. So the level of preparation they can test by writing GATE exam. In other cases, they can write the GATE exam and maybe use it next year. So next year, in the final year, they may not write, or they may improve their performance in the final year and take the third year as a kind of preparatory to assess their own preparation. So this is about the eligibility, and so there are 30 test papers in GATE. As you can see, there are many papers, and these are the main papers. Within paper, there are some sectional paper. So I'll talk about that a little more afterwards. And in the sectional paper, now there is a paper on energy science. I do not know, some of your colleges might have this as a BTech program already. If you have it, this is the right choice for you. It's the right time for you to apply for GATE through this new energy science GATE paper. So you have the freedom of appearing for any two paper, either one paper or two papers. A few paper combinations are allowed as two paper combinations. I'll display that in a little while. So these are the test papers. As you can see, it is this is yeah, maybe it's different. So Yeah. Okay, so this is basically the aerospace engineering paper. It's not coming as okay. Yeah. So this is the aerospace engineering paper, which is abbreviated as AE. And similarly, there is biotechnology. There is ecology and evolution, a full paper on that. There is instrumentation engineering. There is a paper in mathematics, pure mathematics. People who are, but it is more useful for MSc student to write this paper because it is level of this is little higher than the BSc. And for joining the program also, you need an MSc. After for an M.Tech program, you need a MSc in the science subject. So similarly for chemistry also there is a GATE paper. Of course, the traditional branches of engineering like mechanical engineering, metallurgy, computer science and engineering, data science and artificial intelligence. This is a paper which was offered 2 years back. And production and industrial engineering, these are all there. In fact, there is a these three, this starting with X are the sectional papers. So XE is a sectional paper in engineering sciences, and XH is a sectional paper in humanities and social sciences, and XL is a sectional paper in life sciences. So just to look into little more about this, say for example, XE, engineering sciences, if you see, it is like this. You have one engineering mathematics paper, which all of the students will write, followed by two optional sections. So for example, you have this basket of courses, and to this basket a new has been added, which is energy science, which is known as XCI. And out from this basket you can select any two optional sections. For example, I can select fluid mechanics and solid mechanics apart from engineering mathematics. So that way you don't have to, if you are a mechanical engineer, you don't have to prepare for the entire mechanical engineering. You can just prepare for engineering mathematics and fluid mechanics and solid mechanics. You can be more focused in your preparation, and then you can write this paper. Then similarly there are two combinations. And again, for humanities and social sciences, there is a common part which is reasoning and comprehension. Apart from this, you have different sections, and you have to take one optional section. Like I can take, say, reasoning and comprehension is compulsory, and I can take economics as an optional paper, or linguistic as an optional paper. So these are different possibilities. And similarly, I can also take in life sciences, where there are two optional sections are possible. All these papers, including the one which I showed in the last slide, they have a general aptitude part. The general aptitude is for 15 marks, and rest of the main paper is for 85 marks. So that's basically the distribution of the exam. Yeah, so if there is any questions at any point of time, just feel free to post it, so that probably at the end of the presentation I can address those questions. Now going ahead, if we look at okay, I already covered this. Energy science is a new paper which is being offered as a sectional paper in GATE from this year onwards. That is this year always means the next year for GATE, because we are already talking about GATE 2026. GATE 2025 is already over, and the people who wrote that exam already got admission in different IITs, NITs, etc. So people who have got qualified and got enough score, they are already admitted. Okay, so now as I was mentioning, there is two paper combination possible. So for example, I might be an aeronautical engineer, but I have preparation for XE also. I also want to write XE paper. It's possible. So you can register for AE or any one of this. I can choose to write civil engineering, mechanical engineering, or XE paper. So the scheduling of the exam will be such that it will enable you to write two exams. It will be scheduled on different sessions, meaning. And similarly for other combinations are also there. So according to code, and this all information is available in the website of the GATE 2026. Moving on, important dates for the exam. So generally GATE is held in the first weekend and the second weekend of every February month. So this week, this year, similarly, February 7th and 8th is the first week of exam, and February 14th and 15th is the second week of exam. And every day we have, two sessions, one starting from 9:30, ending at 12:30, and again from 2:30 to 5:30. So like that, there are 8 sessions, and different papers are, the different papers are uh, offered in different sessions. And the announcements of result is within 1 month, within 19th March 2026. And this is a very fair process. If we make our answer key public, and we allow the students to contest if they feel that, okay, no, I do not agree with the answer which is given by the committee. So then you can question that, and your question, if it is correct, if you feel that it is not what you have written is correct and the committee thinks is wrong, that will be addressed. So that will be given importance. Now, this is very important. So the GATE registration is already live. So if you want to register for this exam after listening to this talk, you can do so because it is already live, and it opened on August 28 in this year, and the closing date is September 28. So if you are planning to register for this exam, do it before September 28, because there will be some extended day. Yeah, there are some questions here. Is it possible to write more than one paper in stage? Question by Person Manoj. Okay, maybe I'll address that later if we can accumulate those questions. Yeah, so just going ahead. So September 28th is the last date of registration. So I would advise all of you to advise all of you to register before this date, because beyond September 28th, you can still register, but this is with an extra application fee. So why to give more application fee just because you missed the last deadline? So please do that before September 28, so that you don't have to pay any extra fee for writing the same exam for the same thing. So September 28th is the last date, and the extended period is up to October 9th. Regarding the exam, so this is something like, this is not a live session, but generally I would always ask students that how many of you actually know about GATE exam. So very few people actually know about it. So if you are if you also are not aware of this exam, for you to understand the exam little better, this is basically the type of questions which are asked. This is a computer based test, so you do not have to, this is not a pen and paper kind of exam. So like all other exams you would have written, competitive exams you have written, it's a pen and it's a computer based test. So the first type of question is multiple choice question, where there will be 4 choices, only 4 choices, and one of them will be correct, and there will be a negative marking for that. So there are 1 mark and 2 marks question. So for 1 mark the negative marking is -1/3, and 2 marks question negative marking is -2/3. Of course, for MCQ, as there are 4 choices, there is always 25% probability of getting a correct answer just by guessing. So this negative mark is for that. Whereas in MSQ, multiple select question, there you have more than one possible answer. So by guessing, it is very difficult to get a correct answer in MSQ. So multiple select questions are, again, there are 4 choices, but one or more than one choices will be correct. Okay, so not all 4 will be correct. So only 1 will be correct, or 2 will be correct, or 3 will be correct. So because it is more difficult, MSQ is more difficult because it through answering through guess, it is not difficult as a question, but through guesswork, it's very difficult to crack a MSQ question. So there is no negative marking for this. Similarly, there are numerical answer type question where the answer is through a calculation, you solve something and get some answer. Say for example, 21.23. So I have to enter 21.23 using the mouse. There will be a virtual keypad for that. Using the virtual keypad, you can enter that particular number into the box which will be provided in the candidate console. So there is no negative marking for NAT type questions. So only these three types of questions are there: MCQ, multiple choice questions which are having negative marks, multiple select questions which are having no negative marks, and NAT type questions. Again, there is no negative mark. And if you want to look at different types of questions which are asked in the previous year, the repository of all the papers are available with us, and we provide all that in our website. So as I told, IIT Guwahati is the organizing institute this year. So you can go to this website, get2026.iitg.ac.in, and then you can download all the paper. You can do a bulk download, or you can do an individual download, and you can actually look at previous several years of paper, and then you can practice with them. Then you can get to know, of course the questions will not be repeated, I can guarantee you that, but definitely you will get more awareness about the type of questions which are being asked, difficulty level of the question which are being asked. So this is something which is available, and please do that. It just needs your initiative. It doesn't need any extra money to go to the website and download this paper. It is free of cost. Going on, so this is, as I told, this is the distribution of marks. So you have general aptitude test, which is out of 15 marks. So there are 5 1 mark and 5 2 mark questions. So that makes it 15. And the rest of it is 85 mark is from the subject. Out of that, as many of you are from engineering background, so 13 marks will be from engineering mathematics, which you would have done in your first 2 years during doing your bachelor's in engineering or technology. So these 13 marks will be there, and apart from that 72 marks will be from the core subject. For example, civil, if you are from civil engineering background or computer science engineering background, so 72 marks will be from civil engineering or computer science, 13 from engineering maths, and 15 from general aptitude. So that will be the distribution. And there are some papers where there are engineering maths is not there, so their subject questions are 85 marks. So if it is relevant to you, you can see the list of the papers here. Okay, so now coming to example. So this is something which I already told you in the beginning slide. You can get an example of an MCQ here. So the question is, get started in the year dash. So what is the correct answer? Can anyone answer it by typing? Okay. So get started in this year, 4 choices are there. So if you give it 1993, then you get, if it is a 1 mark question, you will get minus 1/3, because the correct answer is 1983. Okay, so that is now ticked here. So 1983 is when the get started. Okay, so this is just to show how the multiple choice questions will look like. One possible answer, you can only click one of this button, but there will be radio buttons here, like the checkbox, not like the checkbox which are shown here. So this is an example of an MCQ question. Second one is, and so there is a negative marking for wrong answer. So apart from 1983, anything else you give will fetch you minus 1/3 or minus 2/3. So there will be a 1/3 negative marking for that. Going on, so multiple select type question. So what is a multiple select type question? So multiple select type question is, this is basically you can have multiple possible options as correct answer. So for example, here is a question: which of the following options are correct for the GATE exam? And when you write the exam, you will know that if it is an MCQ question or if it is an MSQ question. So this information is not hidden from the candidate. Both in the phrasing of the question and also in the candidate console, both are, it is displayed. For in the phrasing of the question, as you can see, it is already said which of the following options are correct. That means there can be one answer or multiple answer. So that way it is very clearly set. So now coming to this question, which of the following options are correct for GATE exam? So which are the correct answers? Is it a national level exam? Yes, it is a national level exam, which is a correct option. Is it a computer-based test? Yes, it is a computer-based test. That is also correct answer. How many papers are there? This is not correct because you have 30 papers in GATE, whereas it shows 31 test papers. So this is not correct. Is it a 3 hours examination? Yes, it is a 3 hours examination. So out of the choices from here, you can see the first, second, and the fourth choices are correct. So these are the correct choices. You will get marks if you mark all the correct answers. If you mark more than one less correct answer, for example, if you mark this two and not the last one, you will not get any mark. So there is no partial marking in this. Only either you get full marks or no marks. There is no negative marking also. So there is no negative marking or no partial marking. Moving on to give you an example of a NAT type question. So numerical answer type question. We have asked here a simple question which says the value of 2 to the power minus 1 by 2 to the power 0 is equal to some dash. Now there will be some box provided in which you can enter through a virtual keypad which will be present in the screen. So the exam environment is something which is very important. I mean, the computer environment in the exam is very important. So you should familiarize yourself with that. I'll come to that point later. But here, so for example, the answer is this 2 to the power minus 1 is 1 by 2 and 2 to the power 0 is 1. You all know that. Answer is 0.5. So using the virtual keypad, you have to answer 0.5 in this. And as you can see, some hint is also given here, answer in 1 decimal place. So that guidance will also be given for most of the questions, unless it is very clear that number of certain things or something, which will always be an integer. Similarly, there is no negative marking for this NAT type question or numerical answer type questions. And moving on, as I was telling, there is something called mock link, which you can actually look at. This is, I'm not sure whether it is available in the IIT Guwahati website for 2026 now. It's available in the 2025 website. It will become soon available in 2026 website also. And as you can see, using this mock test links, if you click here in any of these links, you can create the complete computer environment in which you will be writing the exam. So this is very, very important because you should know you should be familiar with the software part of it. So where is the calculator located in your screen? If you have to spend time during the exam to locate the calculator, it is not a good idea because time is very limited in this exam. You have to answer, keep this in mind, that you have to answer 100 marks question in 180 minutes. So basically, that is 3 hours. So basically, you will get about 1.8 minutes for answering 1 mark question. So there will be some recall question which you can do very quickly, but there are some questions which needs more than 1.8 minutes for 1 mark, which are numerical answer type question. So you shouldn't plan in such a way that you do not lose out on time. So familiarize yourself with the environment through this mock link. Just see where the calculator is located, how to answer a NAT type question, and in all this, the last year exam paper will be available. So it's a good idea actually to solve the last year exam paper using this mock links. So this will provide you more confidence during the exam. Otherwise, you do not know the software. You will need some time to figure out how to work with this. So that is something which is useful. Opportunities, there are multiple opportunities, as I told already. So all the 23 IITs and IISc and NITs, CFTIs, they recruit, they take their PG student through GATE exam. So it's for higher studies. Definitely it is very useful. You can also, if you are in a teaching job, this is useful for you. There are many teaching jobs which gives you preference if you are GATE qualified for different types of sponsorships, also job opportunities through in government sectors, and in PSUs there is a direct recruitment possibility. And for IIT Madras offers a MA program in our Humanities and Social Science department, where we actually consider GATE paper in Humanities and Social Sciences, in XH GATE paper. Private sector also, some of the private sector also actually they do not directly contact us, but they, when you apply, they will actually look at your GATE score, and if you have a GATE score, they will give more preference to get qualified candidate. In research for direct PhD offers, you can avail it. So there are several opportunities of writing the GATE exam, as you can see from this screen. So as I already covered this, admission to PG program, fellowships, and for the M.Tech student, from GATE qualified M.Tech student or ME student, Master of Technology or Master of Engineering student, they get a scholarship while they learn, they study, and they are paid by the government. So the amount is 12,400 per month for paid for 22 months. If you get in a PhD program, the the salary you get is, or the scholarship, actually it's not a salary, it's a scholarship. So it's not that something you have to do something very hard task you have to do. You may have to do some teaching assistantship, but that's nothing as compared to working in a different environment. So this gives you 37,000 per month for first 2 years, and 42,000 per month for the third to fifth year. So this is basically something if you go for the PhD program, direct PhD mission. So this is a unique opportunity by which you can actually get paid while you are studying. So direct PhD program, as I already discussed, with a good GATE score. Foreign universities, so universities in Germany, like Technical University of Munich, Singapore universities like NUS, National University of Singapore, and National Technological University, NTU, both are internationally recognized university, and TU Munich is also very highly recognized university in the international forum. So their PG programs, they accept GATE score. So this is to show that it's also valid outside India. So you can apply for public sector units, eligibility for jobs in DRDO, BARC, ISRO. These are all research organization of Government of India for defense, for nuclear research, and for space research. Some of the companies, PSUs, public sector units, which have recruited through GATE score in past. You can see many oil companies are there: Bharat Petroleum, Hindustan Petroleum, Indian Oil Corporation, National Hydroelectric Power Corporation is also there. So many of them are there. If you can go through, at least 3 to 4 companies every year, they use the PSUs. They directly use the GATE score for their recruitment. So that way, it's very attractive to actually get placed by writing GATE exam. So these are some examples where the PSUs have advertised that people can apply through GATE score. This is another example from NPCIL, National Power Corporation of India Limited, and this is from DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization. They use GATE score. Recruitment of valid GATE score, requirement of valid GATE score for direct recruitment of scientist P. So this you can see here as it is written. This is directly taken from their website. Okay, so now coming to IIT Madras. If you complete your M.Tech from IIT Madras, then again you have very good placement possibilities. The companies which generally visit IIT Madras are Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited, CREE, CV. So a lot of companies are there. This is DVC, Electronics Corporation of India, Indian Oil, NTPC. These are government companies which come very frequently and recruit our students, our M.Tech students, M.Tech and MS students also. There is an MS program, Master of Science through Research, which also you can apply to by qualifying in GATE. And generally this MS program, there will be an interview also. So GATE is just like a qualifier, and then after and that's why the requirement of the GATE score is little lesser in MS, but they have an interview. So these are more suited for people who are more tuned towards doing research. So they can actually the learning is definitely very good there. And whereas M.Tech is basically, they are also a very good scope of learning, and but it is more course based. Whereas in MS, it is research based. More research will be there, in research component is there. Yeah, many companies, as you can see here, recruit through GATE. Similarly, this is not through GATE. Recruitment in IIT Madras after joining IIT Madras and qualifying for GATE. Okay, so mostly I have discussed most about GATE. Now, how to prepare? So I can give you one particular pointer, which is this Nptel. I think many of you are familiar with this initiative, which is called National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning. So a lot of faculties actually offer courses through this program, and Nptel has a GATE preparation portal. You may not know it, or you may already know it, but if you do not know it, please make use of this, because this is free of cost, and using this judiciously, you can definitely qualify in GATE, because the facilities it provides is like, I mean, you can write mock test also to see the level of your preparation. For certain subjects, it is also linked with the syllabus. The syllabus is linked with lectures from Nptel. So that mapping is also done. So you can definitely, particularly if there are faculties in the colleges, they can have a look at it and help students to make use of this facility. This is not available in every branch of engineering and sciences, but in the major branch of engineering and sciences. So for example, computer science, engineering, electronics, civil engineering, electrical, mechanical, metallurgy, it is available. And more than that, actually, these are just some examples. More than that, it is available. So just make use of this. This is free of cost, and you can prepare well by making use of this resources. These are some frequently asked questions. You can visit our website and get to learn more about it. So for example, third year students can write GATE, and it's about the similar kind of question. And there's no age limit for writing GATE. There are any restriction on number of times. There is no restriction on number of times for appearing for GATE. So that way is very flexible. The requirements are not very hard and fast. Okay, so coming to almost the end, this is the very important date for the time being, the date of registration window, which already started on 28th August, and it is going to be there up to 28th September. And definitely, I would recommend you to register before 28th September, so that you can avoid last minute hurry, or registering during the extended period, which will help you not to get into a situation where you have to pay more for registering for the same exam. So again, the examination dates are this: 7th and 8th, the first week of February, 7th and 8th of February, and 14th and 15th of February. This is basically the QR code for the website of IIT Guwahati. If you want, you can scan it, and or you can just Google it directly. Go to GATE 2026. If you type in Google or any search engine, you can land up into the IIT Guwahati website. We have a WhatsApp channel from IIT Madras zone. So this is the QR code for that. So if you can scan it, you will be updated with most of the information about GATE exam. So when the registration start or when the scrutiny start, all those things you will get an update, so that you can get informed about our activities. This is our details of our GATE Jam office. So these are the direct numbers, and some alternate numbers also. This is the website, and so in case of any query, you can just write a mail to us, or if it is very urgent, you can also call us. We will try to help you as far as possible. And with this, I think thanks to all of you for listening to me, and thanks to the PALS team for organizing this workshop or awareness session. So regarding GATE, if there are any questions, I am ready to answer.
So one question in the chat box earlier, sir. Should I read it for you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not able to see the question. So
Yes, sir. One question: is it possible to write more than one paper in a stretch?
okay, so in a stretch means not in the same session. So if you see, if I show you the sessions, just let me go back to the sessions. Yeah, so these are the different sessions. So if you see, we call it session 1, S1, S2, S3 up to S8. So you can only write one exam in one session. Okay, so S1 you can write one exam, and then S2 you can write another exam. It is possible, but it depends on the scheduling. It depends on your particular choice of the paper. So for example, if you have chosen two papers which are offered in this consecutive session, then you can write. But it is not always possible to keep it like that, because we have to cater to multiple, people and their choices. So sometime you will write the first exam in S1 and the next exam in S3. Okay, that is also possible. WhatsApp link, I think, is being requested, so I'll just show it once more. Yes, this is the WhatsApp channel link. You can scan it from here.
P. Janki is asking a question. What is the required gate mark to do with M.Tech, sir? What is the required gate score? Probably she is asking.
Okay, so the required get score is it is basically merit based, and also it is different for different category of student. So it is like people having the highest. So there are many opportunities. As I told you, there are 23 IITs, and if you qualify, so the qualifying score for the general category student is 350. So that is something which is it is in the terms of score, which will be in terms of marks out of 100, it will be more than 25. Okay, so okay, how many public sector positions were filled with GATE score last year? Okay, I'll come to that question later. So basically, it depends on how much score you get. It is like the rank itself. So if you will get your first preference. So for example, if your first preference is, let us say, IIT Madras, okay, and you have a high GATE score, you will get it. But if there are more number of students who also wants IIT Madras, whereas IIT Madras has 20 seats in a particular program, then and there are 25 students asking for it, then the first 20 students, the 20 students with the highest GATE score will get that seats. So it is like that, like in any other competitive exam. So but the opportunities are a lot, because there are 23 IITs, as I told, and there are many NITs, CFTIs. So you have to look for opportunities, and it depends from institute to institute and from program to program. Okay, GATE score plus helpful for placement. So see, regarding the previous question about PSUs, yeah, we actually do not do the recruitment. So the recruitment is done by the PSUs themselves. They make use of the GATE score. That is what I can tell. But we do not have the data on how many positions they fill by using the get score. That data they do not share with us. But definitely we share the results with them, and then they use it for the recruitment. That is something which I can tell you.
Abhishek from Abhishek is asking, can you throw some light about the fee structure? What the fee structure is here, sir?
Fee structure for GATE for admission to M.Tech program is what is, if you are asking about that, then that is not same in every IIT. Every IIT has a different fee structure, so that is already available in their website, in the respective websites. So for example, for IIT Madras, if you go to fees.iitm.ac.in, you can see the fee structure for the program. But these are all very reasonable. It is not something which is very expensive. And
PJD has a follow-up question, sir.
Sorry. Yeah.
After getting GATE result, how can I apply for M.Tech?
Okay, very good question. So, what you should do after getting your GATE score, you have to register in some in one website called COAP. So this is called Common Offer Acceptance Portal. So you should register there, and you should also register with the institute where you want to apply. So for example, say I am a student in mechanical engineering. Now I have qualified in GATE mechanical engineering, and I want to apply for IIT Kharagpur and IIT Bombay and IIT Madras. So what I have to do is I have to register in the website of IIT Kharagpur, IIT Bombay and IIT Madras, and I have to also register in this common portal which is called COAP. Okay, so this now what happens is the offers will be made through the COAP only, that Common Offer Acceptance Portal. The reason is that we do not want one student to get, see, for example, if I have a high GATE score, then the possibility is I will get offer from all the three IITs which I apply. But and then I can accept all the offers and then block other students from getting that particular seat. So what COAP does is, it's a common portal for all the 23 IITs and IISc. So what it does is, if I accept one offer, okay, say I accept IIT Kharagpur, then I will not be given the offer, the two other offers, and I will be removed from the COAP, and then the other places, other seats will be utilized by the students who have who have also applied for that. So that's the process. Register for the respective IITs and register in COAP. These two things you have to do. Yeah, this process is little complicated, but we have to do it, because otherwise what happens is only few students apply, the high score student apply everywhere and get all the seats and block the seats. So that's not fair. Okay, any other questions?
Sandhya is asking, how cutoff are calculated by the marks? After getting good marks in GATE, to choose job seeking or higher studies, which is best?
Okay, the first question is a easy question, so I will answer that first. So yeah, so the cutoff is basically the mean plus standard deviation. So mean of all the marks out of 100 plus standard deviation. So that's basically the cutoff. It's done statistically, basically, and with a difference that if that mean plus standard deviation comes below 25, it will not there is a hard boundary of 25, so it will never go below 25. At the same time, it will not never go above 40. So mean plus standard deviation with a boundary of 25 to 40 is what is the cutoff. Second question is about what is a better option, higher studies or recruitment? That you have to decide which is good for you. But yeah, I mean, it depends upon, you can also get recruitment opportunities if you go for postgraduate studies, because in many places, I think in many cases, it is probably, you can get more exposure during your postgraduate studies, and then you can go for recruitment. So that's possible, but it's your choice. It's difficult to answer. But GATE provides both these opportunities. So that's it.
Dr. Balachandran from SPSV, you have some question. Do you want to unmute and ask, sir? Bala, sir?
Yes, madam. Hope I am audible.
Please
Actually,
speak
one question already has given the answer. I just wanted to know what are the absolute score for the 100% cutoff marks for giving the score. For the lower cutoff mark, already he has told that it's a mean minus the standard deviation, 25%.
Plus mean plus standard deviation, yes.
Yeah, and for the absolute score for the 100%, what is the score? Roughly, we know that where do we stand based on the number of answers that we clear it in the mock test.
Oh, okay, so actually what is done is, so one thing is marks, another thing is score. So what we do is we actually map the marks to a particular score in GATE. That's how it is given, so that we can compare between years. Okay, so from last year score and this year's score. So suppose this year one particular paper, say electrical engineering paper, is very difficult. Next year it is less difficult. So the marks will differ between these 2 years, but the scores are still comparable. So this is the difference between the marks and score. So the way we map it is, there is a formula which is used, which has been developed by very well-known statisticians. So that takes care of the fact that we have between the years, even if the difficulty level is different, the GATE score can be compared. In fact, if the number of students writing the exam is same, it can be compared across different streams as well. So we do not use percentile anymore. We use this GATE score. So the maximum GATE score is 1000, and for the general category, the minimum GATE score is 350. And for other categories, it can go below 350. So that's basically the range of the mapping. So it is mapped in that manner.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Professor Nirmala is asking, can you give some preparation tips for the exams?
This is again a very difficult question. But what I would suggest is, the two things I always suggest students. One thing is, you can take help from the Nptel portal and write mock test. So that will make you more prepared. And second thing is use the mock links and prepare yourself for the exam environment. Knowing the subject is one thing, and being confident during the exam about the system which you are working with is something else. So if you are well prepared, it will be very unfortunate if for a student who is very well prepared but finds it difficult to use the console, or lose time in learning to use the console. That will be really unfortunate. So use the mock links to uh, familiarize for the students, and for the students, mock test if they give. I think that's two things I always say the students to make sure they do it before writing the exam.
Is there any reference books regarding this? One student is asking, is there a reference particular books?
See, the thing is, we cannot refer to any book because there are 30 subjects, as you can see. So there are many subjects. So there is no single reference book. Based on your subject, I think you should consult your teachers, and I'm sure they will be able to help you with the name of the books which you can refer to. And Nptel lectures also you can look at. They are also very good resources to prepare for this exam. There
was one more question, sir. Is there any scholarship available for the students outside India? Probably.
Scholarship available for students outside. So you are talking about foreign citizens. So if it is a OCI or something like that, yeah, it is possible. But other things, I'm not sure. It differs from institute to institute.
Namdisha, do you want to ask any question? I have unmuted you. Please, you can unmute and ask your question. Namdisha. Faculty and students, any questions?
Okay, maybe I can go to the JAM presentation and quickly cover that. There are many things which are in common, but I can also quickly scan through that. Maybe then we can ask something. There maybe some more discussion.
Yes.
So let me share that presentation also.
See the presentation, Professor.
Yeah. Just 1 minute. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So coming to this part of the presentation, of course, this is very similar. I am sure if I was there, I would have asked you how many of you know about this JAM admission test for masters. I think many people will not know about this. The familiarity of JAM is even lesser than GATE. So this JAM admission test is mostly, yeah, it is called a joint admission test for masters. So masters in sciences. This is not for engineering. This is for sciences and some and economics and some papers. There are only 7 papers. I'll come to that later. So this is basically the layout of the presentation. I'll talk about it a little more later. So the first JAM exam conducted in 2004. It started later than GATE, and this is again a national level entrance exam, and it is conducted by IISc and all IITs on behalf of Ministry of Education. Same as GATE, and it is a admission. It is required for admission in postgraduate degree programs in IITs, NITs, CFTIs. So the postgraduate program which we mean here, as opposed to GATE, is the postgraduate courses in sciences. For example, you want to do, it is possible to do MSc in chemistry from IIT Madras or from any other IIT. So if you want to get an admission to this MSc program, then the gate or the path through which you can come is through writing the JAM exam. That is called joint admission testing for masters. So if you want to do, and who can write this exam? I think there is a slide after this. These programs are open to all eligible students irrespective of their nationality, like GATE, and there are around 3,000 seats in various postgraduate programs at IITs only. This is only, we are talking about 23 IITs. There are 3,000 seats MSc seats available in IITs. There's no age restriction. It is a computer-based test for 7 test paper. And here also you can write either 1 paper or 2 test papers. That is possible. And this is conducted all throughout India in several cities. And this is this is only unlike GATE. This is only valid for 1 year. Okay, and you are given a all India rank, and the admission is done based on the all India rank. And one difference which it has from GATE is that GATE is just an exam, but JAM, after writing the exam, there is an admission associated with it, and you can actually get this process. The entire process of the exam will end by offering you a position in one of the MSc programs in IITs if you qualify and if you have a good score. And of course, more than 3,000 students will qualify in this exam. So all will not get in IITs, but they will get in other places other than IITs, other than this 23 IITs. So this is a gateway to the premier institutes. If you are in the sciences, if you are in science, doing studying in sciences, you can pursue. I only talked about MSc. There is MSc Tech, there is MS Research, MSc M.Tech dual degree programs in different institute where you can get admission by qualifying in JAM exam. You can also do joint MSc PhD dual degree, which are offered by it is not offered by IIT Madras but by other IITs. Again, it is conducted by all the IITs and IISc, and 23 IITs are also admitting through this particular program. So when after the exam, after you are qualified for this exam, the admission process will place you, if you have a reasonably good rank, they will place you in one of the programs in all these IITs. IIT Bombay is the organizing institute for JAM for this year, and application to admission, everything is fully online. So this is open to people or candidates who have completed their undergraduate degree or currently studying in the final year of the undergraduate program. There's no age limit, no nationality limit, no nationality restriction. So this is conducted in one day. There are only 7 papers, unlike GATE where you have 30 papers. There are only 7 papers. These are mostly science papers like chemistry. So forenoon session will be chemistry, geology, mathematics, and afternoon session will be biotechnology, economics, mathematical statistics, and physics. And the combinations you can make out. So chemistry and biology, biotechnology, you can take chemistry or economics. Of course, it's an odd combination, but one can take chemistry and physics can be taken like that. Geology, and so this 2 paper combination is possible for papers which are in different sessions. So that is possible. So there will be many people, for example, taking mathematics as well as mathematical statistics, okay, or mathematics and economics, like that, or mathematics and physics also. So this is held on the Sunday, that is on 15th of February 2026. And the portal is open from September 5th to October 12th. So it started little late, and but it is open up to October 12th. And you have to only apply using one application, even you are willing to write 2 papers. This is same as GATE. These things are all same as GATE, and questions are like 60 question, 100 marks, and 3 hours exam. And only the 3 types of questions which we already discussed for GATE are valid here. You have multiple choice question with only one answer correct, and it has a negative marking. An MSQ question with multiple options correct, 1 or more answers correct, and NAT type question where you have to enter a number. For MSQ and NAT, there is no negative marking, and there is no partial marking. So in that regard, it is same as GATE. And there are sections. In section A, you have MCQ question with the negative marking. In section B, you have MSQ question. And section C, you have the NAT type question. So this is how the three sections are clearly divided here in the JAM paper. So these are the important dates. As I already told, opening is on September 5th and ends on October 12th. And JAM examination date is on the second Sunday of February 2026, that is 15th February 2026. Announcements of result is just one day after GATE, that is GATE is on 19th March, this is on 20th March. Okay, there are some very unique programs like MSc Tech, etc., which we already discussed. And the programs which are offered by IIT Madras are MSc Physics, Chemistry, and Maths. These are the three programs where the intake is through only JAM exam. So people who qualify in JAM come for this MSc Physics, doing MSc Physics, MSc Chemistry, or MSc Mathematics from IIT Madras. And it is done through an all India rank that will be assigned at the end of the exam. And based on the number of seats availability and based on the category of the student, the offers will be made. Again, old question papers, like you can see here, very old question papers in different subjects are available in the website. So please make use of that. If you go to the JAM website, which is hosted in IIT by IIT Bombay, you can get all these resources. Yeah. So this is a reaction which is also common for GATE. So here also you can actually end up in a situation where you don't know how the exam console looks like. So you can be taken by a surprise, but that you can avoid by doing mock test. So these are links given here. You click to start the link. You can go to the mock test and you can solve the last year papers. So IITB website for JAM also shows facts and questions which are given here, and the JAM scores will be used for centralized counseling for MSc M.Tech. So this is by MSc M.Tech admission and e-counseling services. So this is CCMN. So the CCMN is like if you want to do MSc or MSc Tech in NITs, it will be done by this by this common counseling portal, which is called CCMN. For IITs, it will be done by the organizing institute, which is IIT Bombay this year. Yeah, for more information, this is the QR code which you can scan for JAM 2026 registration. And the WhatsApp channel which I showed before is also the JAM updates will also be posted in the same channel. This is the same which we already showed. GATE JAM 2026 IITM. Okay, so this is this is the same slide from GATE which shows our contact for IIT Madras GATE team. And thank you. And yeah, so all the best to you. Please, if you are in the physics, chemistry, maths background or economics background and or geology background, so this is an opportunity for you to write JAM and then to get into the IITs. Thank you. Any questions?
Sir, there was one more question from Sri Jayanti. Where I can attempt mock test for GATE? Like JAM, she is asking for GATE, where they could take the mock test.
Okay, so if there are two things, one is mock links. So you can go to IIT Guwahati GATE website. GATE 2026 is website is hosted by IIT Guwahati. So I think right now they might not have given the mock links yet. But they will post it very soon. But immediately, if you want to try, you can go to IIT Roorkee website, who were the organizers for GATE 2025. So you can go there and you can look for mock links. So the mock links, if you go, you can attempt the last year paper. So 2025 means 2024 paper. But if it is for 2026, you have to wait a little bit till it is already made live. If you are asking for new mock test, you can approach Nptel. So there is a Nptel gate portal. If you can approach them, they will take mock test. They take actually several tests, not for all the papers, but for most of the main papers. So that's how you can do it.
Yes, sir. One more question. Is the GATE score will bring an impact on placements at IITs?
Okay, so this is after you get in M.Tech. So GATE score is mainly used for admission for the M.Tech program. But after you get admission, it is your performance in the IIT in the M.Tech program which will decide your placement, not the GATE score so much.
So these are the questions so far we have received. Participants,
Okay.
still if you have any questions, we will take few minutes. Please raise your hand. We will unmute you. We have professor with us. Please get it clarified or write in the chat box. We have so many faculty members of various Faqs institutions also. So faculty members, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. Let me hold for a few seconds. Any questions regarding GATE or JAM, whatever, we have our professor with us. I think you clarified everything, Professor.
Okay,
So
thank you.
Thank you for your valuable insights on the exam structure and all the other key details, sir. It was truly an excellent and insightful session. So now I would like to invite Mr. Krishnamurthy Rao, Faqs champion, for the closing remarks. Over to you, Arya, sir.
Good afternoon, and particularly Professor Shomit Bakshi for coming in and taking this session. It was a very useful session, very informative session. I would say useful and informative from my personal experience. When I did my B.Tech, I also wrote competitive exams. My friends wrote competitive exams. We didn't have GATE at that time, but we had some earlier version of GATE. But in those days, we had no clue what the exam would be. Absolutely no clue. We just walk into the exam and then find out what it would be. Perhaps those who wrote the previous year could give us some details. That's it. Now, looking back, looking at what you have today, I would say you are very, very fortunate because you have all the details of the exam at your fingertips. How the exam is, how are the questions organized, how is the marking done, and what is the syllabus, what are the combination of papers. And not only that, but where are the previous year's question papers, where are the mock questions, then you have Nptel to coach you. So you have so much facility. So you don't have to worry about all that. You just have to study and do the exam well. So I think you are very privileged and you should make use of your privilege and make the best of this opportunity. And as Professor had said, if you get into M.Tech, you have much better placement opportunities in M.Tech and probably higher education opportunities also in countries in Europe and other places. I wouldn't like to say USA now in this situation, but you definitely have other opportunities too. So and incidentally, I just came to know that last year about 3,800 vacancies in public sectors were filled with GATE scores, which I think is also a good amount, considering that a lot of colleges are looking for good placements. Nothing like a good public sector placement. I think it's a very good opportunity to walk into public sectors where the going is good today. So you should that.
Go on chat.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So I would encourage that you also.
Switch off. Okay.
So
I didn't know.
I would also see, we can even find out what the cutoff scores are and all that for the public sectors, and try to do well in the gate and try to get it. So that's also an opportunity for all the students to do well in gate, go for higher studies, go for jobs, and yeah, and in any case, you can also improve your engineering knowledge. In general, it also helps you to improve your base knowledge in the subject where you study. So it's all win-win situation for you. So please, I encourage all the students to spend some time and learn and go ahead and do take the GATE exam and make the best of it. And once again, thank you, sir, for Professor Bakshi for coming and helping us. I'm sure people will come back to you for many more questions and clarifications. And from PAL's side, we will give you all support to see that GATE gets good participation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for your kind words. Yeah.
Anu ma'am, for your final comments, ma'am. Anu ma'am. Anu ma'am. I think. Thank you, Professor. Thank you once again for your time, sir. Thank you so much, and thank you to all the faculty members and students who took part of this session. Thank you, Anu ma'am, for organizing this excellent session. With this, I would like to wind off the session. Thank you, Arthur, sir.